tell you what, wow, we've been traveling this week. Currently we have Karen Edwards and Lauren White at Skills USA on the Roofers Coffee Shop channel, but we're on Metal Coffee Shop YouTube, bringing you the best of the Carolinas, and I am so excited to have Tom here with Trash Rocket. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great. You know, you're one of our favorites. As in Karen and Steve right now are probably saying, hi, Tom. Tim is saying, hi, Tom. Everybody knows Tom, but so I'm glad you stopped by so we could kind of chat and see what's happening here at this show.
Yeah, well, it's a great facility.
Yeah.
They did a good job of picking the city, Myrtle Beach,
Yeah.
as well as picking a venue. It's a great venue. Everyone seems to be in a great mood. Both the roofers and the vendors.
Yeah.
So I think they did a great job with that.
It's already taken off this morning. It's going to be a full day. Tom, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Trash Rocket?
Sure. Yeah, I'm Tom Christner. I handle sales for the eastern part of the U.S. for Rocket Equipment. We make the Trash Rocket, which is a trailer-mounted portable trash chute. It's a trash chute that basically you can tow around, quickly set up in 15 minutes, and it'll go as high as 4 stories or as few as 2 stories. And it can accommodate dumpsters, dump trailers, and dump trucks. So anything, from the shortest, smallest dumpster all the way up to a 12-foot dump truck.
Wow. That's cool. And you were just talking to Tony. We just had Lift Equipment here, and he was saying how your equipment works together. So that's kind of cool. He's like, yeah, it really does work together.
Yeah, we definitely feel like that our product is complementary and complementary to other products within the roofing space.
Yeah, it really does. So, when we're looking today at just productivity, we have a labor shortage. We have so we need to make the most with what we have. And automation and equipment, robotics.
Yeah.
I know the Trash Rocket maybe isn't a robot, but it's something that can be used in that automation. Talk to us a little bit about what you're hearing from contractors on how it saves them time and money and helps with labor.
Well, it's funny because, some customers are using it for steep slope shingles,
Right.
For like big apartment complexes. And for that, it saves them a lot of time because the crews are just constantly putting materials down the chute.
Yeah.
And then all they have to do is the waste hauler can just go and then pull it out and drop another one in, and there's very little interruption. Compared to like a telehandler, where people have to throw it in there and then wait for it to go down and then wait for it to come back up.
Right.
And so there's no interruption. And then for folks that have cranes, you have to have more personnel to be able to make sure it's a safe situation.
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
So the larger companies are now adopting the Trash Rocket because though they have cranes, they may not have enough operators to be able to do a really fast, 4-story project.
Right.
And
right. So it's kind of like almost depending on what your business model is, either both or just depending. You got to really look at what your business model, how much you're doing, and what you need to do.
That's correct. Yeah, we have found that when it's a good fit, the customers move relatively quickly just because they're like, yeah, this is no brainer. We've been looking for this for a long time.
Right.
And it's built like a tank, and so that helps.
And you just pull it behind your truck, right?
That's correct, yeah.
You've been all over pulling it
I know.
behind your truck.
I know. It used to be what I would think was the biggest part of my job, but now I realize that people just want to be able to receive a delivery really quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty much on demand with it, so I can get it to them very quickly.
And everybody knows you. As we will go around these shows, it's so fun to see. We were just in Florida together.
Yeah.
And so what are you hearing from the contractors out there? How is business? What are some of the things that I know with this kind of equipment it's so in demand because of the productivity and the backlogs, but what are you hearing?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of customers like us like the product because the fact is A, they can advertise with it while they can create this additional productivity.
Right.
And so they have back when we were selling to mainly residential guys that were doing commercial, they were treating it like a big yard sign.
Yeah.
Now we're having, large 100-year-old commercial roofing companies that are buying it, and they're also putting a wrap on it.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, because they
Great
spend a lot of
marketing.
money on branding.
Yeah.
And then as far as so customers, when they buy it, they don't talk about the branding part, but that's the first thing they do after they buy it. Is they say, I'm going to tow it to the wrap company. So we do find that they make the decision based on speed and productivity and safety.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, first thing they do is go and get it wrapped.
Yeah.
And then they photograph it. And then, well, there was a company out in Phoenix, a really large company,
Yeah.
that they waited about 6 months. Then they posted this beautiful posting on
Yeah.
LinkedIn that talked about how productive it was. And then a big long essay and everything. It was great.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the kind of stuff that, really bringing that marketing together, understanding how to use it. And you know what? You can't. I just know that when your the crews in the field, see this wrapped on a piece of equipment that makes their lives easier, there's
Yeah.
also a sense of pride.
Well,
right?
it is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's an investment.
Yeah.
And the fact is when the investment actually pays, it has a pretty quick payback
Yeah.
because they don't have to rent telehandlers for the
Right.
tear off. They can move faster.
Yeah.
And if
they
you
have
can
their
move
own.
it, and they keeps them away from the edge of the roof line.
Right. Yeah. Safety.
Yeah.
Safety first. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's talk just a little bit since we're here at the Carolinas. I saw you at Florida. How important are these shows, right? For
Yeah.
us to be able to get together and all these awesome local, regional, national shows. You guys are very committed to them. Tell me just about why contractors should be involved with their associations and be coming to these shows.
Well, I personally believe that these shows, regardless of whether it's something like FRSA where it's ginormous,
Yeah.
or it's a more regional one like this.
Right here, the
Yeah.
Carolinas, which is beautiful. Yeah.
The fact is when I went down the roster to look to see who was on the list registered, it was all the big players. And if all the big players are here, and then you see the people that are emerging, that are growing,
Yeah.
when you can combine that group of people, have these great classes, learn best practices, share information, that is the name of the game.
That is it. That's it. Yeah. In fact, I'm speaking tomorrow. We're doing a class on technology.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
good.
there we
yeah,
go.
all right,
So-
you'll see me in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. Well, Tom, thank you, and thank you for all you do. You guys support the industry so well and all the associations, and so it's awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, we enjoy being a part of your program, and we
Yeah.
enjoy your content.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Good. Well, this is a lot of it. We will be back. We've got a lot more interviews coming your way, so hang tight.